Hello my beautiful divas, and welcome to the Q&A that I promised to do for you. I'm going to be reading all of my questions off of my laptop. This video would probably take 5 hours if I answered all of your questions. I'm going to choose a few. I'm going to give the divas a shout out. And thank you first of all for all of the questions. And let's get into it. Randomly choosing. So first question is actually from my cousin Mimi. Shout out to Mimi. What was the best and worst part of living in New York City? So the best part was definitely the energy, the music, and the people. The energy is unmatched. People have such positive and great energy there. I really love that. When you walk down the streets, people used to give me compliments. Oh my gosh, you look like Barbie. New York used to be the most amazing confidence boost for me. People will just give you compliments, and when they think something, they will usually say it. And that's what I love about the city. And also like the high energy vibe, the fact that no one really cares about what you do or who you are. You can literally walk down the street dressed like a complete freak and no one would care. The worst part, it's difficult to make friends, especially friends who are really like close friends. I used to live with cockroaches. What's my favorite color? It used to be pink, but right now, as you can see, silver. Annie, are you okay, is asking, who is your favorite singer, artist other than you? Mariah Carey, Lady Gaga, Prince, Madonna, Charlie XCX. Bella is asking, what's my favorite song? My all-time favorite song is I'll Be Loving You Long Time by Mariah Carey. You divas need to listen to the song, it's amazing. Lydia Heel is asking, what's your favorite song that you made? Definitely Rockstar Diva. Rockstar Diva has so much personal meaning to me. It was my first ever self-produced song. I think the lyrics are just very fun and creative and out of the box. The song really has a lot of like spiritual meaning to me as well, especially because the production is all me. It's funk, it's pop, it's rock, it's hip hop. Everything in one merged together, that is me. Regan, hi Regan. Regan is an OG fan, has been here for a very long time. Diva, where do you get your inspiration to write music from? I get inspiration from people, from situations. Sometimes I go on artist dates after we're out of the box that I wouldn't usually do. I mean, I wouldn't usually go to like museums on a regular, but I used to do that. Usually it is really like just life. If I'm angry about a situation, I put my feelings into it. I get inspired every single day. Inspiration is everywhere. I fall in love when I have a crush, obviously that's huge inspiration always. I also get a lot of inspiration from other artists. So when I listen to other people's music, I get very inspired. How did you decide what type of music you wanted to make? Hersher of Dreams is asking. How did I decide that? I just went where my heart was. Ever since now, I haven't really leaned into rock, but I know that I love elements of rock that are connected to funk and pop. The decision wasn't really made consciously. It was just the fact that this is just who I am. World Stage Song Contest is asking, what's your biggest inspiration in fashion? When it comes to fashion inspiration, I love to look at other artists like Madonna. I get some fashion inspiration from Stevie Nicks, from Prince. I love to take fashion inspirations from the 90s, from the 2000s. I take fashion inspiration from myself and then I just combine things and I see. I made my palette. Liz is asking, how did I come up with my song Rockstar Diva? Rockstar Diva is a song that I wrote out of anger, out of sexual constriction, because I wanted to break free from the chains that I have been putting myself under. For the longest time, I haven't been true to my sexuality because I told myself, what song would I have written if I weren't just a girl? If rules wouldn't exist. And I just wrote it. And I said, I'm not just a girl, I'm a rock star diva. Brickle Angel is asking, what's the thought process behind your music and singing? I honestly have to say that I don't have a lot of thought processes when it comes to my music. It is very intuitive. It is very much more feeling than a science to me. I took a songwriting class once in New York and I realized that I'm such an intuitive writer, so when someone gives me a set rule book on how to make music or how to write songs, I get constricted. I feel like I'm put in a box and I forget everything that I really want to do and the feeling. So I really try to not think about it. I try to feel it. Dolly is asking, what's your message for the gays? I'm bi, LOL. Hi Dolly, my message for the gays is that you slay, I love you, and be who you are, love yourself. Gay is amazing, it's kind, it doesn't make you any different to any other people. I love gays, I love hanging around gays. They're usually super creative and spiritual and fun and sexy. Be who you are, own it, be it. Trish, hey girlie, can you give advice about school? The time that you have in school, divas, it's not that important. It's important who you are at that time and who you turn out to be. Try to step into who you are as early as possible. Don't care about what other people think of you. Stand up for yourself. You have self-respect. I want you to have self-respect. So divas, if someone's bullying you in middle school, you stand up for yourself and you say,
"You don't fuck with me."
Once you said that, just ignore them. Ignore them forever. You take your time. Your precious time, don't waste it for anyone else but yourself. And you go take an acting class. You go sing. You go be an athlete. Whatever it is, don't waste your time on sad little... Thank you. Bella is asking, any chance we'll be getting an album? If so, when? Definitely, divas. Now that I'm producing my own music, I have a lot of possibilities to do an album. So me and my team were thinking 2026. Someone's asking, how famous do you want to be? Ruling the world. I have a great vision for the future. I see myself as famous, as influential, as rich, as amazing as possible. For me, there are no limits. My only limit would be my mind, but if my mind has no limits, I don't see why I would. What are you doing if you're not online or singing? Nothing. Surviving. Eating, doing the dishes, cleaning my room, going to the gym, and sleeping. That's the only thing I do but being online or singing or making music. Who's your favorite celebrity? Mariah Carey. I love her. She has inspired me to sing. She was my biggest inspiration ever. Felicia is asking, what's your favorite drink? I love coffee. I love black coffee. Just straight up Americanos. Oh my gosh. I'm a huge fan of Coke Zero. Oh, I also love espresso martinis and cosmopolitans. But right now I'm not drinking alcohol, so yeah, that's gonna have to wait. Okay, so next question. Random girl is asking, what did you listen to when you were a kid? I listened to Lady Gaga's The Fame album. That was the only thing I listened to. I was so obsessed when Lady Gaga got famous. I was such a huge fan. I knew all the lyrics. I had all of her songs on my little iPod. I was just truly obsessed, divas. A lot of like funk and hip hop as well because of my dad. Lacey is asking, she's asking what's the next song? So it's either gonna be a song that I name Muse or it's gonna be Plastic Star. But Plastic Star is definitely gonna be out very soon, probably October or November, divas, so stay tuned. Cherry is asking, when did you realize you could sing? I never really realized I could sing, I just did it. When I was 8 years old, I was just singing all the time. And then when I was 15, I was like, okay, I gotta take this to another level. But there wasn't like a moment where I was like, oh, actually, I'm a diva, I can sing. Bazinga Alien is asking, do you have any pets? I used to have 2 cats. Their names are Cleo and Tupsy. They've been with me ever since I was 8 years old. Now they're living with my parents and I moved. It's my OGs. Gwendolyn is asking, how long does it take you to make songs and where did you get inspo? It usually takes me not a long time to make songs, depending if I produce it myself. Now that I produce my songs myself, it can range anything from 5 to 15 hours to produce a song, plus recording the song, writing the song, and editing the song, maybe in total like 30 hours, 40 hours, depending on the song. Writing the song actually comes very fast to me. I can write a song fully with all the lyrics and everything in about like 30 minutes to an hour. And the basic ideas come to me and then I already have it. So that's there, but just like the things around it that take more time. So Felicia has a few questions. Felicia is asking, what's your favorite animal? A wolf is my spirit animal. Second, what's your favorite food? Pizza. Third, where were you born? Vienna. What's your skincare if you have one? Honestly, divas, I eat my skincare. I don't have skincare. I don't really use any products. I just use one thing, which is almond oil. I take off my makeup with almond oil. When I wash my face, I use like a cleanser, but like cheap one. I don't really believe in these like overpriced products that they tell you to buy. I don't believe in it. But I just eat clean. My skin is amazing. Obsessling is asking, how long have you been this iconic? Thank you, diva. The real iconism just started this year when I created this account. Before that, I was an icon in disguise, but I was a diva and I was not out of my shell diva. You know, before that, I was like, okay, I was like part icon, part Bale Gaze blonde Barbie bitch. But when I was a child, actually, I didn't give a fuck about anything. So I think up until I was 10, I was a huge icon as well. Sigma Fries is asking, how old are you? I'm 23. Katerina is asking, what's the biggest red flag in a guy? Then Killa commented, LMAO. I said, haha. Killa says she's a lesbian. Katerina says, oh yeah, I'm so sorry, I forgot. Killa says, girl. Biggest red flag is inconsistency. So when you're giving me hot and cold, I don't like that. I think that is a huge red flag in the beginning. So you're either for me or you're not. Kyla is asking, oh gee, but how do you style your hair? It's so nice. Thank you so much, Diva. I use a shark brush, just a round brush. I wash my hair with Olaplex shampoo, just blow dry it, and then I use my round brush and I just go through my hair and, you know, give it a nice zhuzh. It usually takes me around like 20 minutes. Andra is asking, when did you realize you wanted to do music? Love you, Diva. Love you too, Diva. I've always been making music. When I was 8, I wrote my first song. But when I was 15 years old, I started to really get into it, and I started deciding I want to be a professional singer. I want to be a professional artist. So at 15 years old. Abena is asking, when's your birthday? My birthday is December 3rd. Anna is asking, Diva, how did you know that you're going to become a global superstar? Did you ever have an epiphany where you realized that this was your destiny? Wow, that's an amazing question. I always had this inner knowing inside of me. I just always knew this is what I wanted to do. When I created this account, in March and February, I flipped the switch and I was like, I'm going to do this. Like, Kaya is asking, would you watch a series for an OG fan? I would love to, Diva, but I unfortunately don't have time. I don't watch TV. Okay, everyone's asking how I started my music journey. Oh, okay. So TS is asking how I started my music journey. That's a good question. I started my music journey, I would say pretty much when I was 4 years old, when my parents got me into like a piano class. After that, I think when I was like 15 years old, it all started getting serious when I was like, I want to be a singer. I started singing backup for an American singer from New York, and we went on tour, and that's when I started taking serious vocal lessons, and that was pretty much like the time where I was like, okay, I'm starting to build something. And then when I was 19 years old, so 2021, 2022, I started releasing my own music on Spotify. Sydney is asking, what would you say to your past self if you could talk to her? I would say, don't listen to anybody whose shoes you don't want to be in. Don't take advice from people whose life you don't want to live. Toki Plays is asking, so were you a straight A student? I was not a straight A student. I was pretty much in the middle. I really did not care about school at all. I realized that this was pretty much, I was studying very little. I was always going to figure skating class after school, so I was like training 6 times a week. Gami is asking, when did you first knew you were a lesbian? I think I always pretty much knew. When I was 8, my first crush was definitely Lady Gaga, and I had other girl crushes when I was very young. But the only thing is that back in the day, I didn't really label it. I just felt butterflies. I didn't really think about anything. And then when I was 17, I had my first real life crush that was not like celebrity, just celebrity. And I realized, okay, like, I'm into women. Someone's asking, are you married? No, I'm not married. I probably won't be married for a longer period of time. If I were to choose a perfect age to get married, I would probably say 33 or something. So yeah, divas. Also divas, because some were asking for a makeup tutorial, I wanted to show you the stars on my face. Here's some stars. Stars on my face. So thank you so much, divas, for asking all your questions, for sticking around, and for being there for me always. I hope you had fun watching the video, and stay amazing, stay diva, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah.